Another's happiness, one's own blessing. Once upon a time, in a small English town, there lived a tailor named Cedric. Cedric had magic in his hands. He could make an old coat look new again, and would mend the clothes of the poor with the same care as he did for the wealthy. Yet Cedric himself lived modestly. He never saved much for himself, but always found ways to help others. One frosty winter morning, a young man named Quentin stepped into Cedric's tiny shop. His coat was torn, his shoes were barely holding together, and his eyes carried a flicker of hope mixed with pride. He looked at Cedric and said with quiet dignity, "Sir, I'm not here to ask for charity. Just look at my clothes, please. Mend them as much as you can. If I can find a job, I promise I'll pay you back." Cedric saw the determination in Quentin's eyes. Without saying a word, Cedric nodded and not only repaired Quentin's old coat, but tailored him a new shirt from his best fabric and even found him sturdy boots that could survive the biting cold. Quentin's eyes filled with tears. "Why are you doing this for me? I don't deserve it yet. I have nothing to give you in return." Cedric just smiled and replied, "Your new coat is my reward, lad. Tomorrow you'll walk into your new job with your head high and heart strong. When you rise, the world around you becomes a little brighter." Years passed. Quentin worked tirelessly. He started off sweeping floors in a tailoring workshop, then learned to cut patterns, then how to stitch fine suits. Each time he felt like giving up, Cedric's words echoed in his mind, "When you rise, the world rises with you." One day, Quentin returned to that same town, but this time in a sleek car, wearing a suit cut from the finest wool. Cedric, now older and a bit stooped with age, was sweeping the front of his shop when Quentin stepped out and embraced him tightly. "Master Cedric, do you remember me? You gave me hope when I had none. You thought of my happiness, but really, you sowed your own blessings that day. Your kindness changed everything for me." Cedric's eyes softened as he placed a hand on Quentin's shoulder. "The joy you carry now is my joy too, my boy. Kindness never disappears, only grows when shared." By then, Quentin owned one of the largest tailoring houses in the region. Hundreds of people had jobs and stability thanks to him. But Quentin never let anyone forget how it all started. In the entrance of his workshop, he placed a brass plaque that read, "Another's happiness, one's own blessing." His factory had an open-door policy. Anyone in need could come to the workshop for free training. Orphans learned to cut patterns. Single mothers learned to sew. Quentin made sure that his mentor's legacy, the gift of kindness, lived on. One winter, a young girl named Imogen, thin and shivering in worn clothes, found her way into the workshop. She reminded Quentin of himself. He gave her a warm coat, shoes, and a place to learn. Years later, Imogen became one of the most creative designers in the country. When asked what inspired her, she always said, "Greater than I was given warmth when I was cold, hope when I was empty." And all because one man chose to care about someone else's happiness more than his own. Even when Cedric passed on, people in the town would say that Cedric's spirit lingered wherever someone offered help without asking for anything back, because true kindness plants seeds that blossom for generations. And so the lesson remains, when you rejoice in another's happiness, you build a blessing that comes back to you tenfold. For it's kindness, not wealth, nor fame, that makes our hearts truly rich. Moral: help one soul find light, and you light your own path too. Another's happiness is never separate from your own.